What's up guys, Houndish here, and today is Thursday, which of course is Twab Day, so Bungie have got a few updates worth discussing for Destiny 2. So in the video today we get new details about Season 15, vendor changes, and updates to Zavala's inventory. So the Vanguard is getting the same ranking system treatment as Crucible and Gambit. We'll cover what to know, new rewards and more right there, but Bungie also have a new game update today, and some warnings about issues in the game worth touching on. Plus there are a couple of other roundups in the video. So guys, I hope you enjoy this one, and if you do, be sure to get subscribed for more D2 content, but now, let's get into it. Up first, let's start out with some quick updates, and Bungie Help said they're investigating an issue where reissued Dreaming City weapons are not dropping for players as intended. And I believe they're only dropping once if you've never obtained those weapons, but just bear in mind if you are grinding like crazy, that there is an issue with some of those drops, so be sure not to waste any time if they aren't dropping. But Bungie Help also said they're investigating a problem where upgrading to the Magnificent Solstice armor downgrades its power to 1100. And also bear in mind if you haven't done that set just yet, players shouldn't masterwork their Solstice armor until it's fully upgraded, or the masterworked status will be lost, because of course, it essentially turns into a different armor set at different thresholds. So bear those things in mind and I'll keep you posted when Bungie give us any updates. Now though, getting into the TWAB portion of things, Bungie start to talk about various ranking systems. They say before we dive deeper into Vanguard Ranks, let's talk a little bit about the updates to reputation systems overall as we prepare for a future where more vendors are given similar treatment. So in Season 15, ritual reputation systems on Lord Shaxx, the Drifter, and Commander Zavala will be known as Crucible, Gambit, and Vanguard Ranks. The names Infamy and Valor will be retired, and Glory will continue to live as the competitive Crucible reputation system. They say they're rebalancing all ranking systems to have similar progression times, and the goal is to let players reset Vanguard, Crucible, and Gambit ranks slightly faster, on average, than Valor currently allows. There will also no longer be ritual-specific rules that impede progress, and we're removing win streak bonuses in exchange for activity streak bonuses, and reputation bonus weeks have been standardized to ×2 multipliers when active. But also bounties will no longer provide reputation as rewards, but primarily focus on XP. And so highlights are that Glory will continue to be the competitive reputation system, but otherwise, Infamy and Valor will simply be known as Gambit and Crucible. And we're going to be seeing activity streak bonuses instead of win streak bonuses. If that's interesting, give us any thoughts you have. And otherwise they add that they don't have any specific plans to share on Glory right now, but they are looking at opportunities in future seasons for potential updates. And then they speak about Vanguard Ranks, and they say Commander Zavala is getting a full ritual reputation like Lord Shaxx and Drifter. As a note, Vanguard tokens are being retired, so make sure to spend them before Season 15 begins. But we're going to be able to earn Vanguard rep when completing strikes, nightfalls, or battlegrounds, which is interesting. And they say for those looking to take on a challenge, nightfalls give different bonuses based on completion medals, which can be earned through high scores and defeating all champions. Bronze, silver, gold, and platinum medals grant reputation bonuses, and nightfalls will grant reputation multipliers depending on the difficulty of the nightfall selected. But the more difficult the nightfall, the higher the multiplier will be. And on top of this, Zavala will have a full reputation reward line, similar to the ones that we see with Shaxx and the Drifter. And powerful rewards will be granted every 3rd rank, plus an Ascendant Shard will be rewarded when resetting for the first time. So it's going to be very similar to the other reputation systems we have at the moment, at least in terms of what we actually see on the vendors. And then for activity streaks and reputation bonuses, they say Season 15 will introduce them, and the longer you stay in Vanguard activities, playlists, or direct launch, the larger your streak bonus will be. Guardians can leave the matchmaking queue to snag bounties at the tower or clean out their postmaster in the helm without worry of losing the activity streak. But as a note, quitting activities or going AFK for extended periods of time will invalidate your streak, so be ready to play if you're looking to keep the streak going. So as long as you're reasonably fast and only load into those specific destinations, the social hubs, to kind of manage gear and bounties, we'll be able to keep that streak going. Obviously, if you loaded into Crucible or something, you would lose your Vanguard streak, but I guess that kind of makes sense. And then for seasonal ritual weapon quests and ornaments, they say next season, we're moving the seasonal ritual weapon and its ornaments to the reputation reward tracks of Vanguard, Crucible, and Gambit. As players increase their reputation during the season, they'll work toward unlocking the weapon and respective ornaments from each vendor. They say they're also opting to update the seasonal challenges, removing things like In It for Infamy in favor of challenges to earn ritual weapon rewards. So that'll be quite different. That quest is kind of going to go away, or at least be moved into the vendor inventory for the different playlists. Let us know what you think about that, and for sure players will be going after that reputation for their preferred playlist pretty quickly, no doubt. And then for Grandmasters and Conqueror guilding, they say later in Season 15, we're planning to make the following changes to Grandmaster catch-up nodes, to let players gild their title earlier in the season, while also addressing our concerns over a single strike being a boon for high-tier rewards over the last 3 weeks of a season. So, the Grandmaster catch-up node will become available at the same time that Grandmaster difficulty is available, so long as you have the Conqueror title but have not yet gilded it in the season. Each Grandmaster Nightfall will be available if the Fireteam leader has not completed the gilding triumph for that strike during the season. In other words, that means you may play each featured strike for a season to earn your gilded title, and once you've gilded the title, the catch-up node will no longer be available. That's a pretty interesting change. And they say they're excited to release the changes in Season 15, and so a host of pretty interesting changes right there, which should broadly mix up how we're playing those particular kinds of activities. But as always, give us your thoughts about it down below. Also in the TWAB, there's a section from the Bungie Foundation, and they say 1 week down, 1 week to go, in reference to their current charity effort. And they say they've raised an incredible $625,000, with a goal of $777,000. That's pretty awesome, and if you want more information about those charity initiatives, I'll link the relevant TWABs down below. Also in there, they say as a thank you for your generosity, we've got a special treat for you. Check out the community team's very own Nicole Olson in her amazing and dramatic rendition of To the Witch Queen lore reading. And there is a video in there which is pretty cool, so again, that will be linked down below. Another quick thing we should touch on right here, but Destiny got a hotfix today, and this is update 3.2.1.1, and they fixed a problem where players could exit the play area during the Glassway boss fight, so that out of bounds has been fixed. And then for gameplay and investment, for weapons they fixed an issue where the World Shaper ornament for Izanagi's Burden would sometimes cause ADS issues when zooming in. So that's good, and also they've got a fix for the Catalyst Competitor Triumph not showing complete for players who completed it during Guardian Games. So just a few fixes in that update that we received today. Finally, something to touch on right here, but Brandon O'Neill, the actor who plays the Crow in Destiny, did actually do an interview with RadioTimes.com. And it's interesting because he talks about the earliest days of the character and when they started working with Bungie. And they essentially signed the contract to play the character, but initially, they didn't actually know what it was for. And the first time he realized it was actually going to be a video game was when he was sent to Bungie Studios, and he eventually learned he was going to be playing a character called Crow, which was actually the name for the character very early on in development. And Bungie had said that this character would be kept to the outskirts, but was going to be helping to guide the player through the game. And interestingly, he says, I feel like the development of the character happened in real time. I've been working on Destiny since 2011, so we're going on 10 years of experience with this guy. And he says we had stuff way before the game was released, and then we scrapped it all and went on to something new, which obviously references some of what we saw with the cinematic content showing the Crow talking to the Guardian in the Cosmodrome. This was from, I believe, 2013 when Bungie were revealing the game. So the actor himself actually confirms some of that history for Crow. And there are even more insights about actually playing the role and the experiences during development with Bungie. So if you want to check out the rest of that interview, I will link it down below as it's a pretty interesting read. But for today, guys, that is what we have to round up inside of this video. So as always, give us any thoughts on what we've touched on down in the comment section. But if you have enjoyed this one, feel free to hit that subscribe button if you're new around here, but also to turn on notifications so I can keep you posted with the world of Destiny. Also, if you've enjoyed the video, a like rating down below does really help us out on the channel, but otherwise for today, thank you as always for tuning in, and I will catch you all very soon.